Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about how to solve the system of linear equation using Gauss-Seidel method. Okay. Now let's see about the Gauss-Seidel method. The introduction about the Gauss-Seidel method. The Gauss-Seidel method is an indirect method. What is that indirect method? We are applying the iteration method to find the solution. That method is called an indirect method. So what is the iteration? First let's talk about the iteration. Okay, first let's talk about the iteration. What is an iteration? Iteration refers to the process of repeatedly applying a function. The process of repeatedly applying a function or a set of operations where the output of one step is used as the input of next step. Okay, if you get the answer from the first step, using that answer we are finding the next step. So that is that the output of the one first step is used as the input of the next step until a desired outcome is achieved. Okay, so that means what we are doing the same thing again and again until we reach the solution. That method is called an iteration method. Now let's come to the sufficient condition for Gauss-Seidel method. Okay, for finding the solution of system of linear equation, for applying Gauss-Seidel method, first let's verify the given system of equation is diagonally dominant. Okay, that is diagonally dominant. What is that diagonally dominant? The value of the diagonal element is greater than or equal to the sum of an other elements. Okay, what is value of diagonal element? You know the diagonal in a given matrix. Which one is diagonal? So these elements are called as diagonal element for x, y, z. Okay, in first row the x value is dominant. In second row y value dominant means in third row we have to taking that z value as dominant. Okay, so this is called as diagonally dominant. Okay, we have to convert the system of equation in that form, then only we can apply the Gauss-Seidel method. Now, what is the procedure we are applying in Gauss-Seidel? Uses the updated value of variable with the same iteration. Okay, that is most important. This is the difference between the Gauss-Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel. So, in a Gauss-Seidel, we uses the updated value. Updated value means what? If you find a new value of x in one iteration, we use that value of x for calculating the value of y in the same iteration. Okay, we find the in first iteration we find the value of x, we apply this value of x in the same iteration to find the value of y. So that is the important procedure we are applying for using Gauss-Seidel methods. Okay, you have to remember that. First, the Gauss-Seidel method is an iterative method, which means we are doing the same thing again and again until reach the solution. Now the next sufficient condition. Okay, before start the problem, you have to verify the given system of equation is in the form of diagonally dominant or not. If it is not, you have to rewrite it in the form of diagonally dominant. Next one is procedure. What is the procedure we are applying in Gauss-Seidel means we uses the updated value in the same iteration. That is most important one. Now let's come to the problem. This is the first problem for solving the Gauss-Seidel method. An example problem. Solve the following system of equation by Gauss-Seidel method. They give three equations with three variables. The variables are called x, y, z. Finally, we are going to find the solution for these three variables. That is our aim. Okay, what is our aim? We are going to find the values for x, y, z to solve these three equations by using Gauss-Seidel method. Okay, now let's come to the problem. So solution. So what is the first step we have to verify? We have to verify the given system of equation is in the form of diagonally dominant or not. Okay, this set of equation is not in the form of diagonally dominant. So we have to rewrite in the form of diagonally dominant. Okay, rewrite the system of equation in the diagonally dominant. How can you rewrite? First, verify which equations x coefficient of x is in which out of these three equation, in which equation the coefficient of x is has the largest value. Okay, so in first equation the coefficient of x is 27. That 27 is greater than the rest of the remaining two values, two coefficient. What is the rest of the two coefficient? The another two coefficient in the same equation is 6 and 1. So their answer is greater than. Okay, so now that one is diagonally dominant. You have to taking that one is our first equation, 27x plus 6y minus z equal to 85. In the same way, you have to verify which equation has the coefficient of y is greatest. Okay, in the third equation, let's see the coefficient of y is 15. That 15 is greater than the coefficient of rest of the variable 6 plus 2. Okay, so now you have to taking that is our second equation. What is our second equation? Now you taking that equation is our second equation. In the same way, so now come to the next one. So here, what is the coefficient of z? Coefficient of z is 54 is greater than the rest of the coefficient 1 plus 1. So here the value of x is greater, here the value of y is greater, and here the value of z is greater. You have to rewrite as first one is based on x, second one is based on y, and come to the third equation is based on z. The diagonal coefficient of z. Okay. Now from this we have to find the equation for x, y, z. Okay. From this equation we have to find the equation for x. How can you get the equation for x? Now let's see. So from this we need the value of x only, right? So the coefficient of x is 27x. Already there is a constant in right side is 85. Now bring the remaining two coefficient in the next side. So here the plus 6y comes into the next side is minus 6y. Similarly, my plus z is here minus z comes to the plus z. Okay. So this implies we need the value of x only. So bring the coefficient of x into the next side. It comes to the division, that is 1 by 27 into already there is a equation 85 minus 6y plus z. So now this is the equation for x. So now this is the equation for x. Okay. In the same way we have to find the equation of y. How can you find the equation of y from the next one? From the second equation, we need the value for y. So keep this y in the left side. Already there is a constant in right side 72. Bring the remaining two coefficient to the next side. That is plus 6 comes into the minus 6x and plus 2y here minus 2z. Okay. Plus 2z comes to the next side as minus 2z. Now this implies we need the value of y only. So keep y as it is. So taking this coefficient of y into the next side, y is equal to 1 by 15 into already there is a equation. What is that equation? 72 minus 6x minus 2z. So now this is the equation for y. Similarly, we are going to find the equation for z. Okay, now z. What is that coefficient of z? 54 z. So 54 z is equal to, what is the constant in right side? 110. Now then plus x and plus y comes into the minus x and minus y. So this implies, what is your answer? Z is equal to 1 by 54 into 110 minus x minus y. So this is your equation for the value of Z. Now from first you have to rewrite the system of equation, then we get the equation for x, y, z. Now apply the iteration method for finding x, y, z. For starting the iteration method, we are taking that approximate value of x. Okay, now where x, y, z. Now we are taking the approximate value for x, y, z. So therefore, let the initial value of x is 0 and the initial value of y is equal to 0 and similarly initial value of z equal to 0. Let taking that initial value for starting the iteration. So now let taking the initial value, after taking the initial value, we are going to do the iteration process. So we are, for iteration process, we form one table. So under the columns, the first column is iteration, number of iterations, which iteration we are doing. So that is number of iteration. Then taking that outcome of the previous step or value of x, y, z, and that iteration x value, y value and z value. Already we find that x, y, z using that equation. We find x, y, z. So these three values are we are using here. Okay. So these three values only we are taking here: x power n, y power n, and z power n. So we form this table for the first iteration. For the first iteration, so taking n equal to 1 and then taking the initial value of x, the previous value of x. What is the previous value of x? Already we are taking the initial value of x is x power 0 equal to 0, y power 0 equal to 0 and z power 0 equal to 1. Now come to the first step. Let's calculate the first iteration of x. X power 1 equal to 1 by 27 into 85 minus 6 into, what is the value of y here? The value of y is 0 plus similarly the value of z is 0. Okay, now calculate it. So the 6 into 0 0 and the remaining one is 0. Finally we get 85 from the bracket. That is a division 27. Now what is the answer here? 85 by 27 is 3.148. So this is the value of new value of x. Already there is a old value of x is 0. Now we calculate the new value of x. So what is the Gauss-Seidel procedure? We apply the new values in the same iteration. Okay, now calculate the value of y. Come to the value of y. So what is the value of y? Y power 1 is equal to 1 by 15 into 72 minus 6 into, listen, there is a x. We have two x value. One is x equal to 0. Another one is x power 1 is 3.148. Which one is we are going to apply? We are going to apply the new value of x, 3.148. Okay, minus 2 into, there is a z. Okay, there is only one z value only we have. So the value is 0. So directly apply the value of z here. So now we get the solution. What is the answer for the calculation of 72 minus 6 into 3.148 minus 2 into 0 is 53 point. Using a calculator, you have to calculate the value is 53.112 divided by, there is a division 15. Now your final answer for y is 3.541. Using calculator, you find the answer. Okay, now come to that z power 1. Okay, now 1 by 54, 110 minus, that is x and y. Okay, we apply the x and y. There are two x and y values or we have in the same iteration. One is old value of x is 0 and old value of y is 0. But the new value of x is 3.148 and the new value of y is 3.541. We are applying the new values in the same iteration. So substitute the value of x here is 3.148 minus the y value is 3.541. Okay, so now calculate using calculator. You do the numeration value. The numerator is 103.311 divided, that is a 54. Okay, what is your answer for Z? That is 1.913. Okay, now we get a set of equation. Now come to the second iteration number 2, n equal to 2. Okay, now we have the new xyz value. What is the x value we find in the last step? In the last step, we find the value of x is 3.148 and that y value is 3.541 and then the z value is 1.913. Now start that, do the second iteration. Second iteration, x power 2 is equal to 1 by 27 into 85 minus 6 into y. What is the y value we have? 3.541 plus z. What is that? Z value is here. The z value is 1.913. Okay, so equal to, using calculator you have to find that value. That value is 2.432. Okay, in the same manner we have to find y power 2. Okay, y power 2 1 by 15 into 72 minus 6 into x. Here there are two x value. One is x power 1 value is 3.148. Another one is 2.432. We have to apply the new value of x. So we have to apply the new value of x is 2.432 minus 2 into z. We have to apply the value of z. How many value of z we have? We have only one z value here, that is 1.913. So apply 1.913. Do using calculator, you have to find the solution. Your solution is 3.572. Okay, same manner we are going to find z power 2. What is that z power 2? 1 by 54 into 110 minus x. Okay, we have two x values. One is the last step value, one is this same step value. We have to apply the same step value here. So we have to apply the x value is 2.432 and minus y value is 3.572. So then the new answer for the second iteration value of z is 1.926. Okay, now come to the third iteration, n equal to 3. So taking the value of previous step value of x, y, z. The previous step value of x, y, z is x equal to 2.432, y equal to 3.572 and z equal to 1.926. Now start to do the third, find the third iteration, x power 3. X power 3 equal to the same formula. We are using the same procedure, same formula. 1 by 27 into 85 minus 6 into y. What is the value of y here? We have the value of y is 3.572. Then plus z. Sorry. What is the value of z here? 1.926. Okay. So the third iteration value of x is equal to 2.426. Okay. Now come to y power 3. Y power 3 equal to, what is the formula for y power n? That y power 3 equal to 1 by 15 into 72 minus 6 into x. That is a new, we are using new x value here. What is the new x value? 2.426 minus 2 into, how many z value we have? Only one z value in the from the previous step. So applying this z value here, so 926. So now the value of y3 is equal to 3.573. in the same format, we are using z power 3 is equal to 1 by 54 into 110 minus x value. We are using the new x value and new y value in the same step. So 2.426 for x and minus 3.573 for y. So the value of new value, third iteration value of z is 1.926. In the same manner, we have to find the remaining iterations also. Okay. So we have to follow the same procedure. We find the next iteration. For n equal to 4, for iteration 4, we are using the value for iteration 3. We get the solution. What is the solution we get? We get the solution is x equal to 2.425 and y equal to 3.573 and z equal to 1.926. Get these three value in the next iteration and find the solution for x, y, z. Now listen, the fifth iteration and the sixth iteration values are same here. Okay, let's see the iteration 5 and iteration 6 solution is same here. Okay, right? So the for fourth x power 4 and x power 5, y power 4, y power 5 and z power 4, z power 5 are same, means we reach the solution. Okay, we reach the final solution. So therefore the solution is x equal to 2.425 and y equal to 3.573 and z equal to 1.926. That's all. Thank you.